welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tarani. Thanks for watching us today. We are at the CTIA Wireless Show in Orlando, Florida. On our program today is Dr. Andy Tiller, the SVP of Product Management and Marketing at IP Access. How are you?
Very good, thanks, Rich. Yep, good to be here.
So your company has been in the femto and picocell market, and I was hoping that you've been a player there for many years, and you've got some great experience and things to share with us. I was hoping you would do that now.
Yeah, sure. So IP Access has been involved in femtocells and picocells actually for the last 10 years, and we began with as one of the very early pioneers of the idea of taking a very low-cost base station and connecting it using simple IP connection back to the wireless carrier's network and providing in-building coverage with that. So our 2G picocell business has been running for 10 years. We have about 60 mobile operators around the world who use that. And of course, more recently, the industry has scaled down further and has begun producing even smaller cells, femtocells, which are designed to go into homes. So we've been part of that initiative as well. And our company provides the core technology, femto technology, inside AT&T's 3G microcell, which is selling very well here in the United States.
That's great. Well, congratulations, first of all. So from where you sit in the network, are there any trends that you're seeing? I mean, obviously, there's a trend towards smaller cells, but anything else that we should know about?
Yeah, absolutely. The trend to small cells is very big. That's one of the key things that's happening, partly because you really need small cells to reuse spectrum more efficiently and thereby get more capacity in the network. So there's a general trend to putting more and more smaller and smaller cells into the network. And of course, femtocells are part of that trend. But one of the interesting things that we're seeing in the femto industry is that it's kind of backwards for IP Access, because it's where we started with the enterprise and sort of indoor public spaces. But the industry is beginning to turn around to the idea of taking the femtocell out of the home and putting it into exactly those types of environment. So what we would call a picocell, and others might call an enterprise femtocell, is a really strong trend. The requirements are a bit different when you take the femtocell out of the home and put it into a public access environment, but it's the same architecture, the same technology, and it has the same benefits for offloading the data traffic from the macro network.
Now, I was hoping, can we see some of the products you have? And I know you have something relatively new.
Yeah.
Can you give us a sample here of?
Sure, absolutely. This is the kind of product that we began life with. We call this a picocell. It has a typical coverage range of about 200 meters inside a building. It's very, very simple to deploy. You just stick it on the wall and put an Ethernet connection in here that provides both the power and the backhaul, and it will serve an in-building, typically an office or a shopping center, that kind of environment. Provides a radio signal, just like having a cell tower, but very, very small, very cheap to deploy and inside the building. So this is a 3G one. We also have recently announced a smaller one. This one is what we call the S-Class for small office, home office environment. So this is even cheaper and simpler to deploy. Again, you can just stick it on the desk and plug it in. Links back to the operator's network. Provides coverage inside the building. You can put 8 simultaneous users on this, voice and data at the same time. And so that's what we call the S8.
It's extremely exciting, isn't it? I mean, just extending coverage. I've seen numbers stating somewhere between 20 and 30% of homes don't even have cellular coverage. So this is really should be in virtually every home, just to make sure that you have strong coverage, right?
Could be, yeah. I mean, the numbers vary in different parts of the world, but here in North America, yeah, about 30% of homes could do with a femtocell. It's not that they would have no coverage, but they would have some black spots inside the home. So 30% is often said. Actually, offices and other sort of public indoor locations, typically the problem is worse because the construction of the buildings, particularly modern buildings, which are designed to be environmentally friendly and keep the heat in, unfortunately those materials keep the radio signals out pretty effectively. So the in-building market is very large for enterprise and for public buildings.
So you're seeing really growth for the future. I mean, as you look out, is that just basically what we're going to see is just more and more of a demand for these devices in all sorts of buildings?
We certainly are going to see that. And of course, IP Access is fortunate to be riding that wave. We're doubling our revenues this year on the back of the this very, very strong trend to smaller cells. And I think I can only see that continuing just because with the way that the data explosion is happening, the only way to really add the necessary capacity to the network is through deploying more and more small cells. But other things will help. The advent of new technologies, LTE provides a higher capacity for a cell, but
you've got Wi-Fi offload also as another option.
And Wi-Fi offload, of course, is also part of that. So, and I think what we're seeing is operators are using all the tools they have available. So certainly, if they have their own Wi-Fi hotspots, they will certainly make use of that and provide smart connection managers in their smartphones, which automatically take the customers onto Wi-Fi when in range. But that's just a part of it. They also want to use their own licensed spectrum and provide good quality service in other areas. There's a mix, and all of the techniques will apply.
Well, thank you so much for being on the program. It's been great to see your existing and new products, and good luck, and congratulations on calling out this market early and riding it as it continues to accelerate.
Thank you very much.